All right. So I actually have a plan for this.
You do.
Right. So I have two quests right now.
Hmm.
One of them wants me to win games with Rogue or Druid, and the other one wants me to play 30 Mage cards. And really, there's
Ew.
only one deck that can do that.
Druid or rogue dominance. Hmm.
And so, what we're going to be doing here, and by we I mean myself and Kaz, who's here,
Hmm.
is not going into ranked. I clicked on the wrong button, but luckily there's the right button at the bottom. Is I'm going to build a variant of my 2 gold penalty deck, which is my Burgle deck, and go ahead and play it in the Heroic Tavern Brawl and get something like 1-3 and beat out. But what is gold good for if you're not spending it? It's got to circulate. So I guess I'll walk through the build process for this deck, since I can't just choose it out of here. We got to go back through a couple menus for this.
I understand.
Yes, I accept these rules. And it lets me in right away.
Yeah, that's lucky.
Oh, yeah. So this is an arena with a standard deck. For those who have not seen this before, this is basically they replaced the Tavern Brawl for the week with a basically them trying out a new thing. So
Yeah, and after watching a bunch of streamers do this as well, I no longer feel bad about either of my finishes. I'm just like, well, okay, it's brutal.
yes. All right. So here's the build process for the deck. I'm playing a deck basically around the Ethereal Peddler and the cards that generate cards for my opponent's class. So, Nefarian, we look for the word add, Nix's Champion, Grand Crusader. Prince Melchizar can only be in class legends.
Mm.
Ysera, I guess, could be. Dream cards are off
I would
class,
much
but
rather have Ysera in the deck than Shifter Xeris, even though I know you
yes.
were playing with Xeris in the like earlier day.
Well, having Shifter Xeris in our deck is like having Ysera in our deck. It's just a 1 in 1,000 chance that it is.
That's very not like.
You're correct. This is the basic idea, though, is every single effect that generates a card that could be reduced by Ethereal Peddler. There are a couple, like, I believe the Ysera cards aren't of a class, so I don't actually know if they're reducible by Peddler. I've never
It's a
tried
good
them.
question. Oh, we could try testing that before you go into a
Yeah.
build, you know.
And then from here, we kind of
And then we're off to like more standard rogue things. I think you had Brand Bronzebeard in here as well.
Yep.
Although I don't know how good he is when you're. I mean, you do have a bunch of battle cries, but it's
Brand,
not like, hey, I'm doubling up my Cthulhu triggers or anything.
right. Basically, so the rest of the deck is control pieces, like we just need, removal, buying time, removal. I play, the deck has shifted from it was a Yogg Saron deck at one point, and then Yogg changed. Then it shifted, it kind of pivoted to N'Zoth deck. Because like Tomb Pillager was just a good addition to the deck for having something to do early, like consistently, and being able to cast multiple spells easily. Though that's like it shifted to an N'Zoth deck, and now it's shifted off of N'Zoth after I added Nexus Champion Sarad. So like this is still like a deck in flux. Like these parts are still part of like an N'Zoth thing that's not really part of the deck anymore, but it still functions that way. So I don't know what I'd want to shift them to. Dark Iron Skulker is my way of beating things like, or way of trying to compete against things like Zoo or Midrange Shaman. Card does an actually pretty good number on both of them. Then the last 3 cards in the deck I'm running are Bran. Bran is specifically here to double up on 3 different cards. I get 4 different cards, sorry. Doubling up on a Swashbuckler is just great. That's really cheap to do, too.
Yeah.
Doubling up on a Raptor can be really powerful when it's something like on a Huckster. This doesn't do anything. Don't double this. This has no effect. Doubling up on a theory.
Well, there are divine shields.
Yes.
So like if they have a whole team of 1 health divine shields or something, that
Most of the time it doesn't do anything. Ethereal Peddler is doubling up on that basically makes your hand fully free. Most of the time, as long as we're not playing against a rogue. And then doubling up on Grand Crusader is like doubling up on a Swashbuckler on a bigger body.
that's all pretty good.
Then the last card I play a pair of is Earthen Ring Farseer because I need healing in the deck. And a lot of the times my staying alive plan is just having Bran and Earthen Ring Farseer. Because I don't have a better way of keeping myself living. Anyway, this is the deck as is. Are there any changes you would?
As I said, I don't like Shifter Xeris.
Okay.
Like you're already kind of holding on by your fingernails to have a functioning deck, and I don't think having a guy who's a random other guy is necessarily helping that. I realize that he can become out of class cards, and so can be reduced.
Right.
But like the deck is already really reliant on the random cards you get being good. I've played a lot of this deck and have experienced some of the pain of just like being knocked over by the wind. It feels like sometimes like my opponent isn't doing anything special and I still lose because the random cards that I got weren't very good. So that's kind of my grumpus with it.
Okay. I'm still keeping it based on the gimmick, because at this point, this deck, I finally crafted Nexus Champion Sarad for it, since I had, and this deck contains every single card that could work with it, and to cut a piece of that, it'd be like, it would be incomplete.
I gotcha. Well, how about
this is kind of what I'm thinking on.
How about trying to fit in Vanish or like Preparation somewhere?
Well, let's see what Prep does right now for us. Like, we have, like, obviously Backstab doesn't work. We have Prep Eviscerate, Prep Sap, Prep Burgle, Prep Shadow Strike, and Prep, I guess, with, like, whatever we get
to. Yeah.
Well, anything, actually. I mean, we can prep off of, like, Swashbuckler or anything. Nefarian gives spells only. That's not bad with how many things we, like, basically, so it'd sort of be, like, more ethereal peddlers without the body.
Yeah, and like one of the problems that you had in testing, I guess we were testing earlier, was that like you have a whole bunch of cards in your hand and you just can't get them out fast enough. Like you don't have enough mana to do all the things that you need.
Right.
And Preparation is perfect for that. Like this is a classic Miracle Rogue problem.
I guess then the question becomes, where do we fit those in? Like, I'm seeing this, like, mid-range stuff here is more the kind of placeholder stuff. This is all just kind of like, I want to be able to make drops on 3 and 4 consistently, therefore I'm playing on Earth Raptor and Tomb Pillager, because, being able to go Undercity Huckster into Raptor just can win games.
I'm not so sure it can, frankly.
Well,
I've become jaded by like watching and playing a bunch of control
Man.
decks and being like, okay, that's cool. Or like being run over by a hunter who just watches you do that, and then they attack over your face with Huffer, and they're like, you don't have enough healing in your deck. Double kill command, take 10, and little stuff like that.
I'm nowhere near as jaded on that. I think like most of the games that you get to copy your huckster, you're clearly in the driver's seat. Yeah, I guess Tomb Pillager is sort of like the prep slot already, because it's handing you part of the Dark
It is
Writ.
good. Like most rogue decks that use Tomb Pillager already have something that like wants you to cast spells. So they'll have either a Gadgetzan Auctioneer or a Violet Teacher, something like that.
Right, we don't really have anything like that.
Yeah, so even if you like Raptor onto your Tomb Pillager, and you end up with these like extra cards in your hand, and it like, I don't know, intimidates your opponent because you're like, oh man, they have 8 cards in hand. How did they forget that 2 of them are coins or something?
Mm-hmm.
So okay, maybe putting in preparation is not the answer if I want more like overall power in the deck.
I'm just taking a look to see if there's maybe something better that fits in like the 3 or 4 slot, but really it's hard to, like, as far as like stat wise, both of these cards are extremely efficient on top of the bodies they provide, and that isn't like something that's easily competed with.
We don't have any silence in the deck, and we don't have any weapon interactions, and no taunt.
Those are all correct. In the 30 cards that are currently in the list, none of those things exist.
There's a lot of like Harrison Jones kind of stuff kicking around, like he's kind of a go-to guy. So is what's his face, Tinkmaster Overspark. Just in case of Ragnaros, in case of Tyrion, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Do we have anything like that I could add in? I don't actually have Harrison around. Wouldn't feel awful to finally like...
So, okay, instead of trying to make the deck like have the gimmick and be as consistent as possible, I think I should go the other direction. We should try to make it as exciting as possible. Like have the biggest plays if we're going to have big plays at all.
That was sort of how the Yogg worked in the deck, is that it was a Hail Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Do I own...
Yeah, it is kind of funny how Tinkmaster like came back. He had a second life. Like, he used to be way better because he could target.
Yeah, he was a...
And so it's like, okay, well, no matter what happens, that becomes a 1/1 or a 5/5, that kind of thing. So like use it on Sylvanas, and you can't fail to silence it. But there are a couple of reasons why. One is N'Zoth came back. So, like, even if you silence a Sylvanas before killing it, it counts as having died for N'Zoth.
Yep.
So you're kind of screwed there, because N'Zoth will bring it back. But if you turn the minion into something else, then it doesn't count as having died. So N'Zoth will not bring it back. So that's one of the main reasons. The other main reason is similarly with any fin can happen, or every fin is awesome.
I think it's any fin can happen.
Any fin can happen. Right. The 10 mana paladin spell that brings all the Murlocs back. That's a popular, like, a go-to win condition in paladin.
Mm-hmm.
So
my favorite thing, that one I actually haven't had too much of a problem with, is the Anyfin Paladin, because between all of the theft you have and also like generating Paladin cards, like,
well, sure. I mean, both of these are considerations for a deck that wants to go to the long game every single game.
Right.
So I've been playing a lot of Control Warrior lately, and I need to worry about this kind of stuff.
Right. But no, my thought there is just that I've had a lot of games against the Murloc Paladin where, like, a turn 2 Huckster gave me a Vile Fin Inquisitor, and now I have just your at any Fin just gives you 6 1/1s. And it's like,
That's pretty sweet. Another thing that can happen is you can steal anything can happen, and like
anti-combo them.
Steal their lethal combo from them, basically. Zerail is pretty good. It's a battle cry that doubles up. It can reuse battle cries with the expensive Shadow Step poison that it makes.
Almost all of the poisons are useful off of Zerail.
Oh my god! Oh my god! No, I know who we need in the deck.
Who's that?
Fucking Medivh. You have so many spells.
That's not how you spell his name. Medivh the Guardian.
I realize it's a battle cry you can't double, but you cast a lot of spells. Some of them are even pretty big, because, you steal them. Oh, this kind of anti-synergy with Peddler, though.
I'm looking at the list trying to fit this in. The other thing I also am thinking is if I want, like, a second Dark Iron Skulker. Like, if I...
Yeah, like, having no Fan of Knives means that you're going to be leaning hard on Dark Iron Skulker or something else to help you play cleanup.
The fact that this isn't in the deck is the reason I'm not playing Fan of Knives, and the reason I'm not playing Azure Drake is because of the previous stated problem of your hand is 1,000 cards and you can't get them out. Azure Drake continues to harm you when you're in that position, and you end up in that position way too often in this deck. There's a lot of cards that just can't be cut, Nefarian's on that list. Nefarian can thieve. There's a number of cards that just can't be cut because of that. Okay,
yeah.
What about...
I understand.
So instead of the Unearthed Raptor, SI7.
No, I like SI7.
And then instead of the 2 Tomb Pillagers, we can fit in Zarl and either the second Dark Iron Skulker or Medivh or something like that.
Yeah, that or maybe Emperor Thorison.
Emperor is another...
That's another way to get cards out of your hand. Kind of a proactive play that helps you make more plays. Again, he falls into I am a generically good guy kind of category.
I have seen the number. I guess Sylvanas was in Hero for a long time when this deck was in Zoth and when it was Yogg, Sylvanas still had a spot. For one, it kind of fit the theft theme. For two, when it's in Zoth, it's much more powerful. For three, there's always that dumb play you can make where you Shadow Strike your own Sylvanas.
Yeah, it turns out to be not so dumb. You, guarantee yourself a steal.
I'm basically looking at 5 different legends for that last spot.
Straight up the Black Knight. 0 amount of 5/5s with taunt, huh?
What's taunt? Crunch.
And then you rebuy it with a toxin and kill their little totem. Oh man, a powerful artifact.
I think that's also not a class card. Basically, I'm debating if I wanted the second Skulker or something bigger. I like to change to the SI7s. How much is Bran doing in here now? Bran still is enough even without the double up. That's okay. I'm not getting rid of Bran. Basically,
honestly, Bran is almost a smokescreen in this deck.
Yes.
Because, he's terrifying enough that he must die if you're on the other side of the table from him. Mm-hmm. But for us, he's not actually that powerful. So he looks a lot more powerful than he is, and their opponent might be willing to spend a little more trying to get rid of him than they really should.
Yeah, you don't worry about something. We're just about to start. I'm debating between this and the second Dark Iron Skulker, which is more.
I've already mentioned my pick.
I know.
And you're right. Like, oh my God, Medivh plus Rafam would be crazy.
All right, 8, 9, 10. Let's
then
go.
I created a Sarge from nothing.
And your Sarge brings out pretty decent sized minions.
10 mana minions aren't actually all that good. You'd much rather have an 8 mana minion if you're picking at random.
Oh God, imagine if they made like a. You know how crazy Bog Creeper is as far as the arena. Imagine like the 9
mana.
Like
10 mana Bog Creeper.
Yeah, they have like the 9 mana 8/10 Bog Creeper. It's just like I can't be beat. Like. All right, I'm still sticking with the Farseers because I always feel like healing is a necessity in this class, and that's basically the most like efficient. Like, so let me just. Can I? There we go. As far as healing options go, there's nothing in Rogue. You notice the Rogue tab is just gone. If I go Taunt, the Rogue tab is also gone. So, Rogues are not very good at keeping themselves alive. Earthring Farseer is just the most consistent with the loss of Antique Healbot. The other options I've seen are Refreshment Vendor, Cult Apothecary even. And that's about it. And then like trying to do some sort of taunts to stay alive. But yeah, go right ahead of us. That's fine. Anyway, this is the deck though, so I'm interested to see how this plays out. We're going to get to play test.
I'm terrified, but we'll test as we go. Here we go.
But yeah, a couple. What? It actually is there.
The retire button.
It's hidden.
Whoa. It's a piece of refinement.
Lock in.
Lock it in.
So this deck does vary in power based on the opponent's class. Some classes have spells, like just have a worse card loadout, and thus your random cards off of Swashbuckler have less synergies. Some classes have these just whammies that don't do anything. And every class has cards that rock, so... Alright, let me turn off the screen share for now that you're in the...
Okay. Yep, I'm there.
Okay.
Oracle. Now, time to fight 5 Midrange Shamans.
Yep. I'd be happy if we played 5, if we got to 5, right? God, I kind of want to just keep the damn hand, even without pressure. Who needs pressure? Shadow Strike's powerful in this matchup, Dark Iron Skulker's powerful in this matchup, and Burgle will give us a 4-mana 7/7, so it's alright. Hey Trogs, how you doing?
And they're just gonna go Tunnel Trog into Totem Golem.
Oh yeah, that's every shaman. Okay, cool. A nothing play is the best from what I can see, so... A little late to the party, but it's alright.
I might draw Bran and then double him. Well, that was pretty poor.
That's fine. Unbound Elemental ain't the worst. That's pretty awful, and is probably going to just eat my Eviscerate.
Yeah!
Oh, wow! Going for it. Good. Sap is another good one to have around. Let's go ahead and get more cards. And definitely I'm going to have... Ooh, I can even overwrite that immediately.
That's kind of busted.
Some cards change in value heavily when you switch what class they're in. Anyway, the hope is that the Iron Skulker is going to buy us as much of the board as possible in this turn. Okay.
Good start.
That's pretty good. Okay, this is actually going to turn out pretty good. Our opponent hasn't really committed too much to the board, but also, like, you know, we are at 22 here. All right. So,
Tunnel Trogs are both real cards.
yes. So, get one out of here. I've got the overwrite ability if I want to do that. Or I just have a 2/4 weapon, too. Saps are around for, you know, if they go 4 mana 7/7s. Okay, yep, they just want their spell damage for their weapon, that's fine.
We could Burgle Petal. Although we're probably casting Shadow Strike.
Yeah, Shadow Strike's a 100% cast on this turn, but that doesn't mean we can't do this first. I'm just looking to see if other options are better. That's good.
How many totems do you think we're going to summon this game?
And then I have to ask the question of what's more valuable on the board.
I would hit the Tunnel Trog 100%.
Here we go.
Mostly because I don't have anything that, like, there's the spell damage is heavily going to go after.
Right. Like, they want the spell damage for their sweepers.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a board that they want to sweep.
Right.
And they're probably, anyway, not going to want to, like, blast a couple lightning bolts at your face.
Okay.
Oh, they actually did. They put it together.
That's fine. Face, huh?
That's a little surprising.
I can go 5 and 2. I can go like a Peddler plus the charged hammer, and then bash down this healing totem. Other things I can do involve, like, sapping this to try to buy time.
Yeah, he has the same play next turn of Thunder Bluff plus hero power.
Then let's...
So many options. Need something.
So, now our hand's cheaper.
Here we go.
Let's cut the board off. Yeah, the Peddler is an incredible card in the deck. Like, you know, being able... now this is like a reasonable cost for us, and any Fin starts to... Every Fin actually is a powerful card for us, rather than...
Now we have 1 mana 2/4s.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, bud.
Hey, we have both healing and taunt in our hand.
Yeah, honestly, that might be the play I want to make this turn, is running out some of that healing / taunt. I want to take out the board here as much as possible. What's the best way of going about that?
Well, heal and taunt means you only have 1 mana left,
Right.
so that's Unbound Elemental. Which means you have attack, which can take out at most 2 creatures and leave him with his most dangerous one.
What if I fit, like, active overwrite and get this hero power going in there? So, like, sap on Thunder Bluff, 4/4. And actually, no, that's not... I don't have the mana for that.
Alright, because the hero power is 2... Actually, you do, like, 2/4.
Okay, I wouldn't have sap then.
I'll take that.
Right.
Here we go.
That animation sure took its time.
Seriously.
Ugh. I'm sitting here just like, uh-huh, yep, we're going.
It's a good card.
It's fine. And Claws takes out my guy. It doesn't even matter for the plus damage on it. That's alright.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Goldara
Excuse me?
I don't think we could do that.
Neither do I. I want to really badly. Like something like Koldara Drake, Sap, Unbound Elemental, and then just if.
I mean, that lets him just reuse Fire Elemental.
I'm aware. And if he has a Hex, it all goes straight to hell here. What's our alternative? Is there a way to get the Fire Elemental off the board? Not really.
All exciting plays. I accept.
If he doesn't have Hex, then he has to, like, again, if this doesn't die, the game is, like, just ours, right? Like, I don't know how I could...
He's still at 20,
I know.
so...
Are you... Please roll for Totem. I would love to see roll for Totem here, which, by the way,
that would be pretty cool.
you would do that first if that was actually your line, so that you would be able to change your line based on of the...
So it's probably eating a lightning bolt too. Yeah, what if we had Pyroblast for our hero?
Yeah. The reason I didn't attack the opponent with the hero power was that I wanted to preserve the two, but you are right in that if I had attacked last turn, I would have lethal next turn with the board. Like, I'd just be presenting a lethal threat. Oh my god. Well, okay, he's got the weapon to...
Both low rolls.
Alright. Oh, thank you. I think I want a Grand Crusader here. And then backstab plus the bolt plus the attack. I'm not going to spend my life total on this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's at least see what Grand Crusader has to say about this.
Blessing of Kings.
Oh.
That's a pretty cool card.
Yeah. Still going about it this way. And then we're saving the weapon.
Ghost Wolves.
Okay.
It's a pretty good card. Oh man.
Oh dear. That's a pretty nifty... Okay. I get it. You got Ghost Wolves. Definitely want to heal myself this turn, so what other plays make sense with that? Like Zaril... I can delete 2 wolves with these.
Mm.
Yeah.
So many wonderful poisons.
Got a lot of burst in the pocket here.
Yeah, if only we weren't facing down a huge taunt wall.
Yeah. So let's delete 1 wolf because, like, that's the one we can get rid of, and then hope that our opponent doesn't have the burst to kill us. Like, a Bloodlust does take us out, but there's no playing around that with the cards we had. But yeah, we actually have quite a lot of burst potential if we can get around the taunt. Okay, they have spell damage. Oh, that's a guaranteed board wipe. Ugh. And a second copy of a useless... That's rough
Yep.
as heck. Okay. Alright.
And we can take 4 power off the board. Mm-hmm. We don't advance our own board by doing so, but I think we die if we cast Nefarian.
Sadly, I agree. I think that actually might have been incorrect. Yeah, I need to draw Dark Iron next turn. We became the... Oh.
Whoops.
Yeah, I like that we just became the Paladin here. With these cards hanging out. I really wanted to live the Koldara Drake dream, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, we got a mage card! Perfect.
Nice mage cards. Yeah, Koldara Drake is definitely mage. I'd like to note, no 4-mana 7/7. Mm-hmm. I don't think Shamans play that card anymore.
That's like the scariest thing in the world. I don't...
Yeah, like that's not good enough, right?
Oh, sweet. A+ would keep. This could be anything.
Good.
Now, Shifter in the opening hand is sort of... Like, the longer you have Shifter, the more likely it is to be useful. Alright. I like the swashbuckling, though. Let's get our pirates out. Oh! Nzoth's back!
Oh, yeah. This is an Nzoth deck.
Mm-hmm. Nice?
Yeah, that might eat a fireball later.
Right, like if they go for removal on a creature and just whoops, you know.
Are we ever going to have creatures?
It depends on what type of deck this is. This is a freeze mage. With that play, I'm convinced that it's a freeze mage rather than like a, you know, Flame Waker Sorcerer's Apprentice mage. And with that, I just want to be able to, A, have the pressure going with a 3/3 early that might demand an answer, and B, not have to use my life total. The hope here is that I can go ahead and play Spellbender next turn, which means that for the, like, Forgotten Torch that targets this just fails. The Skeleton Knight.
He's a happy guy.
Yeah, so, like, you know, the Freeze Mage generally wants to use its Forgotten Torches earlier to get the, you know, Roaring Torch in their deck, so that they can combo off later. So this might just counter one of those. The other thing we have is Shadow Strike to just go ahead and off the Emperor is nice.
I hope you like my invention.
Okay,
Yeah, definitely a freezer mage.
yeah.
100% now.
Mind if I roll?
Okay. Okay. Oh, God, one more turn and that would have been really good. What's the line here?
If we bump up, we place Zaril.
Yeah.
We get a card in hand and end up with 2 3/2s on the board.
Let's go that way.
I think that's better than Knife.
And, oh, sweet.
It's like
A slight amount of burst damage.
tiny burst.
It's just small burst damage. I really wanted that to be like a Skulker, because that's the only board where the Skulker is going to be any good at all. There we go. The torch that we get to counter. Sadly, it's not. It's actually worse than Counterspell in that way. Because,
Right, it'll still put the Roaring Torch in their deck.
Right, but ooh, okay. I'll call that good news.
I want to make a 4/3. We could burgle instead. That'd be fine. Like they might actually have like mirror images in their deck. That'd be a reason to hold on to Dark Iron Skulker.
I mean, if they have mirror images, like Swashbuckler's just fine into that. I think most power is where I want to be right now. I want to try to keep them... If they're casting things like Blizzard or Flame Strike or something like that, rather than cards that are just digging through their deck, I'm doing my job. The other plan I was thinking was like Argent Protector, like with Swashbuckler, but I don't want to play that heavily into a Flame Strike or something like that. Okay, dig. Roaring Torch number 2. Certainly isn't Frostbolt. If you spend both Frostbolts, you basically can't win with this deck.
Cabal's Tome Babbling Book. They can find the other Friesen. Oh, okay, there's
Yeah.
the Forgotten Torch.
King's up. Hey, okay, now we can just burgle, like, try to get ourselves our own burst damage. Okay. Good card, not... okay, here we go. Forgotten Torch is certainly a little bit more burst. And I could go for King's Elec.
Open for like your Nefarian and their Emperor Thorison.
Yeah, like they're gonna... well, they have two Acolyte of Pains and a 2-drop to reveal.
They have Alexstrasza too.
That's okay. Alexstrasza we can't just beat in a joust. Do I want to commit more to the board is the real question.
Maybe not. Because this is like Flame Strike, Blizzard, Freeze, something.
Yeah, we can kill minions, but again, this deck doesn't produce minions. That's not what it does. I haven't seen Antonidas in a Freezer Mage. Usually it's like the list, especially if they're running all of the card draw effects we've seen Novice Engineer and Loot Hoarder. The list is a little tight. You have to include all your burn spells. You have to include Emperor. You have to include like all your burn spells is something like 10 slots. And then you have to be able to stay alive, which is Frost Nova, Doomsayer, Blizzard, sometimes Flame Strike. We don't overdraw if Zariel's killed. We have a lot of spot removal for creatures who aren't going to arrive. I guess our opponent doesn't actually have to do anything. 9 cards in hand. Okay. Sure. Going ahead and playing Core Rager as a threat on board. This deck succeeds very well at making a lot of our cards dead just based on their playstyle. And the Arcane Blast, I guess. Over half of our hand is just cards that target minions, and that's not how our opponent's going to be winning this game.
I wonder. I hope you like my invention.
Okay. Ice blocks here.
Let the pain speak to me.
So I'm likely going to sap the Acolyte of Pain, use one of our spot removal spells on the Novice Engineer, and then just continue the beatings. Which will be all fine.
Here we go.
So they do have Ice Block if they're ready. The other option with the Acolyte was like trying to get them to overdraw, but that's just greedy.
The end is coming!
Yeah, alright.
Haha, but what if I didn't have any minions? I guess we just drew one.
Right. Then we have a different problem.
Here we go.
We have plenty of removal. Why don't we just hit him with the Roaring Torch? Or Forgotten Torch?
Yeah.
Like, if they play Alex Strazo, we can Flame Javelin. If they play Emperor Thorison, we can Shadow Strike. Copy paste for basically anything else. Backstab plus...
I'm also...
Like,
do we want to, like, sap this?
we sap that, we play Bran.
Yeah.
Sure.
Too soon.
Basically, I want to crack that Ice Block. And like, if the need arises, I can Shadow Strike. Like, I'm still holding, you know, removal for minion. Like, none of this can go to the face other than the Fire Bloom Toxin.
Man, won't that be sweet? Fire Bloom Toxin to finish it.
Yeah. Out of nowhere.
I like that our life total is 30.
Yeah, until our
We have
opponent...
to have actual everything in order to take us out.
Right. Until they Emperor, I feel safe.
To do.
Like, on 30. Like, they actually need to Emperor to be able to just abracadabra that damage. At least that much. They've used one Frostbolt, which...
What to do?
I don't know, they could, like, Acolyte, ping Acolyte, and try to find a more thing. Yo.
Fireball not on our face.
Pain speak to me. Let the pain speak to me.
Well... There's something definitely worth playing. Do we want to do anything to these Acolytes?
Probably not.
Answer the call of the light.
Well, that will not do anything, but
No.
may as well play it.
It would have done something before. I'm dead serious. I'm considering Shadow Striking one of those.
Just for grins.
Yeah, I guess they are going to cycle them themselves just by bumping into this. It doesn't really stop them. Their hand is a lot of nothing.
Funny, I was about to say that about ours.
So, yeah. I don't disagree with you.
Whoa.
Here we have our opponent digging.
That's pretty good.
I don't think they are holding much of burn. Like, they're holding a Doomsayer. For sure, that's a known thing.
They have 8 cards in hand and 9 in deck.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, we made them test for Get Down. Holy shit.
I would not have played Get Down. That would have been a dead card stuck in my hand. Okay.
Actual nothing. Excellent.
That's kind of stunning, actually putting out the Blood Mage. Yo, I can break your shield. Yeah, I can break the ice block.
That'll probably end up with a...
Alex Straza targeting themselves?
Well, either that or a Frost Lance aimed at our head. And we just stay frozen for the rest of the game.
If they're burning Frostlance just to freeze us, that means they can't kill us with burn, though. Like, at all. So I'm gonna backstab to turn on the combo.
Too soon.
Well, I mean, we could have just done Flame Blood Toxin first.
Here we go.
Oh, whatever.
If you're talking about combo.
I still wanted that dead, and I still want to hold on to these. Oh, it didn't even let me refresh that. Oh well.
No. This makes their Harrison Jones worse. It was intentional. Yeah.
All according to plan.
we didn't want them drawing an extra card off of Harrison Jones in case they find our ice block.
So again, if they Alex themselves, that means that they can't Alex us, and I can just Flame Lance Alex Straza. If they're Ice Lancing us, then they're not going to kill us with burn. Like, all this works to our advantage. They can't Alex Straza anymore.
That is stunning. They have drawn almost their entire deck. How can you not have the cards that you need? 1/3 of your deck is in your hand. Okay, another ice block. Fine. And an ice barrier.
Ugh. Now I need to draw burn to get that off.
Well, we don't care about that.
No. Half.
Yep, I made train noises with my mouth. It's not at all me living by train tracks.
Nope. Nothing like that.
What direct damage do we even have in the deck?
Another Eviscerate and literally any theft card. Any of them. It's our opponent's a mage.
Right.
Here we go.
Nah, I don't like Javelin Skulker.
Neither do I.
I mean, if Dark Iron Skulker had 8 attack, then maybe.
Basically, I need to draw like a Burgle that gives me 2 burn spells. Even then, we might be a little too
You're
late.
saying you need Nefarian. Ah, heck.
Why not break block? Because I can't break it. Like,
Yeah, Ice Barrier would trigger and they would gain 8 armor.
yeah.
And the block wouldn't break and we'd be way behind.
I can demonstrate it to you now that we've lost the game here, but... like, there's no way I'm not just dead here.
Man, little did we know that we needed, like, Kazan Mystic or whatever nonsense.
Yeah. It would be order played, but they have 2 different triggers. Ice block triggers on attack. I'm sorry, ice barrier triggers on... You know, I'll just show you.
Alright, so the second one triggers because it's Ice Barrier.
When your hero is attacked, gain 8 armor.
And the other one doesn't trigger because it triggers on lethal damage. Yeah.
I don't feel bad about attacking there because I'm certainly dead. There's literally no way that they don't have the burn to kill me from 15.
Alex Straza dealing 13 damage to you is pretty bad.
Like, I don't believe it.
Jeez.
Isn't Kazan Mystic a base set card?
No. Nope. Kazan is wild.
Huh.
Nah, that didn't come around until Gnomes versus Goblins.
Mine just wrote it as a base set card.
Feels like it should be, right?
You know, it's like a really... did I spell you wrong?
Slyo is crafting some cards.
Oh, yeah, it must be wild then, because it's... Yeah. That just feels like a base set card to me. Alright.
Alright, let's get killed by a third good opponent.
What's another good deck that could, like... Hunter? We haven't died to a Hunter. Right? And that's a deck
True.
That's a deck we just have a ton of trouble beating because all the cards we steal aren't, like, healing or anything. Right. Another mage.
For it. Watch your back.
But this could be mid-range mage.
Right. Kind of want to keep SI7 nothing else.
Not even backstab.
That's the 50-50 like choice, right? If they're freeze mage,
Yeah.
keeping backstab is awful. If they're not freeze mage, if like tempo mage, backstab is really good against mana worm.
Yeah, I mean, good against Monoworm, whatever the 3/2 spell power thing is. Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
So you can, like, turn 3, okay, kill your Sorcerer's Apprentice with back. Oh, they're an insane deck that can't ever work. I understand.
Interesting. Very interesting. Maybe a Reno deck? I'm just gonna play out the Huckster here.
By the end of it, we'll be playing their deck, so it's all good.
Alright, alright. All mana worms, all the time!
Here we go.
Look. Prince can't double up on Legends.
Even if he did, wouldn't you love having 2 Renos in your deck?
Right? Like, that'd be the best. If you could double up on Legends, that's literally the one you choose. Okay, at this point, I'm gonna coin SI7 and Blood Mage, and then, like, get to attack pretty heftily. No, I could save SI. No, let's get SI7 down.
This guy's toast.
Here we
I don't really need a Blood Mage.
Yeah, we can just refresh the knife.
Doesn't do anything. I could, like, save it for next turn if they play a Water Elemental. The Mana Worm bracket.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, it's the Azure Drake. That card that is way too good and in every single deck.
Yep. I'm debating if I want to keep Mana Worm or use Mana Worm.
We have a lot of spells in this deck.
I know. So, keep is the...
I vote keep.
Alright, let's go Burgle. Nice.
Holy shit.
We're going to go Blood Mage, Backstab,
here we go.
bust him.
Like, you have spells that create spells.
Yep.
This is an ideal Mono Worm plays.
Yeah, we want Mana Worm all the time. I would have assumed that the Mana Worm bracket is 1 and 3. You would assume that. Oh god. Alright, incoming missiles forever. Please, one of these go to my face.
Man,
None of them.
no such luck.
Alright, well, that's what Shadow Strike is for, so...
Someday I'll be just like you.
I love stealing mage spells. It's the greatest. They have the best cards to steal. Okay.
Prince Malkazar special coming to you. It doesn't do anything against
I know.
Baron Geddon. That's kind of awkward.
Yeah, there was absolutely no reason to play the mirror image for free there, because what is a mage going to do? Like, where would the charge come from? I'd just be throwing it away. I could swashbuckle into something that does something here.
Well,
Oh my. God, I don't want that to be a...
What lurks?
This is kind of stupid. This play is more colloquially known as bad, because Baron Geddon literally rats my board with no effort.
Do you have the artifact?
Okay.
is this like a fatigue mage or something? They just want their deck to be as large as possible.
I think that's what we're up against here. Anyway.
All right.
We can do it next turn if we need. Okay. Yep. No. No.
Man, that was perfect.
Yeah.
Incredible. One day at 2 to you.
I'm gonna have to use my face on this thing.
But you can also heal for 6 afterward.
Here we go.
Who knows what secrets will uncover? My eyes are open. Job done.
Holy shit.
I've been harumphed.
No ice block for you.
I'm sapping that.
And too bad we can't freezing trap it.
You want to buy a funnel cake? Your history. Of course.
Here we go.
Ha, this guy's toast.
Flame Strike isn't real.
But that'll just put a fireball in her hand.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Oh man, are we gonna win a game?
This is super close.
Damn!
They're just
Hell of
like
a spell, Neff.
they're just like whipping spot removal out like, oh sweet, we got 6 damage.
We win! We somehow win! Holy shit. I hate you, Shifter Xeris. You're such a piece of shit.
We got there. Flame Strike is fake. The 03 Dream is not real today. Also,
We're in the monoworm bracket. We have to go 1 and 3.
we're getting there on the mage cards. I'm on 17.
We're getting there on the mage card. Right. Right, you have that quest.
We have that quest. Ah, this deck is not good. This deck is nowhere near good. It's a lot of fun, though. Every game of this deck is a very different experience, which is a bad thing for, like, a, you know, when you're playing a game to win, you're, you know, trying to, ooh, Warlock. Usually, if you're trying to perform a game plan to win, get rid of Earth Ring Farseer and keep the removal. You want your deck to be very consistent in what it does, and this is the exact opposite of consistency.
Job's done.
Okay.
Oh man, we're facing Icy Hot.
Icy Hot.
It's crazy.
Sadly, this isn't Zoo, because this is a hand that would work really good against Zoo.
So, looking for Hero Power Pass. That is the Pog, and that is a Life Tap. We're probably facing a hand block.
That's good with both the... Okay, these are terrible here, but... By the way, you know how busted this card gets if you make it cost less than 9?
Here we go.
Okay, I really want this to work. Because, like, Rogue Jiraxis, that'd be pretty sweet.
Buying or selling.
Man, if only you had, like, Deadly Poison in your deck, you could make your Jiraxis fist.
I know. You face Draxus.
Renounced Lock is not a deck. That's fake.
Here we go.
No serious player would play that. Although, we're kind of in the bracket for non-seriousness,
Yeah.
so...
I'm waiting on to kill this with the Dark Iron Skulker. I'm willing to take 2 points for that. I also have Hellfire if I want a more real sweeper, you know?
I also have Hellfire, he says. Dragon Magic.
That's still good. Like that trade's alright. Interesting. The...
Oh man, according According to Abyss Hunter, it's a bottom of tier 5 deck.
That's
Yeah,
wow.
okay.
That's a new term. I've
I like my term better. It's not a deck. I mean, I played it and had some fun.
I would call it an F&M deck. Though, obviously, Hearthstone doesn't have that equivalent. I put it on 10 in hand. Okay.
Presumably, they'll want to play a card.
I am holding 13 points of burn.
Okay, so if they make a 4/10, what's our move?
They didn't do that. I'm actually thinking eviscerating this and bumping this.
Well, we'd have to play a spell.
Luckily, we have a 4-mana spell that...
Yeah, okay.
What's our poison? Ooh, that's a good one. Let's go ahead and play full control here for a moment.
Here we go.
I don't like giving up an eviscerate, but it really was like a perfect answer for the board. The other thing I could have done would have been like, if it was undamaged, would be backstab SI7, but I don't want to do that on an Imp Gang boss for very obvious reasons.
Oh, what's a couple imps between friends anyway?
Yeah. I guess
We might get into like Jiraxis v Jiraxis battle.
Oh my god.
That would be so sweet.
That would be too ridiculous. Anyway, there's a very heavy chance that my Skulker is dead to a Mortal Coil. We don't overdraw, getting the other Toxin. That's good. If we steal Demonic Pact, our opponent will never play Jiraxis.
Yeah.
It's a 100%.
That tends to be how it goes. I was actually watching Slyo here for a warm-up game, and that did happen. Like, he got 2 Demonic Pacts, and we're like, oh my god, he just needs to play Jiraxis, and it's a control warlock, so Jiraxis is a likely card. But he just played, like, Mountain Giant, gave it Taunt, copied it, sort of facing down 2 trees, and we're like, we can't deal with 2 trees.
Interesting. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. I wanted to just spend a backstab from my hand. Also, I want to play the Grand Crusader. Am I at 10? I'm at 10.
Answer the call of the light.
What's our card?
Welp. Hey, we have a dragon. Actually.
That's actually pretty good. Also, gonna get some mileage out of this Toxin. That's actually like a pretty solid pickup, just because we're holding.
I know we're holding a dragon now, but I don't think that Nightbane Templar is very good. Like, compare it to Don't Mess with Tusker.
Yeah.
So you always get a 1/1, and like most of the answers that kill Tusker also deal with Nightbane Templar anyway. So you still get like swiped. You still get like Demon Wrath or whatever nonsense. And Tusker is not a real card. Like that's the end of the argument, of my argument to it. Anyway, it's like
If you're playing the
in
dragon,
most of these situations, it's like equal to or worse than Tusker, and Tusker isn't good enough. So
if you're playing Nightbane Templar, you're already you should be playing 2 Blackwing Technician first.
yeah, that's the better version of that
Coin
card.
8.
And
Ragnaros? Why'd you coin that? Oh, to not overdraw. Wow, you just
we
burned.
could also play the Finley, but well, anyway, World's Your Oyster.
Yeah. Thinking this one kind of wants to be spending my second Eviscerate as much as I dislike it.
Backstab of this.
Yeah. And then
Cards
build,
out of hand.
and build a board.
6 mana, so you could like Nightbane Templar and
Like Huckster. And
stuff. Yeah.
Re-stealth.
My Stranglethorn Tiger becomes re-stealthed. Man, there is a nuts freaking card. It's like a Stranglethorn Tiger for Rogue that re-stealths after it kills a minion.
That thing's crazy! Oh my god, that thing is extremely powerful!
That's perverse.
I think it's 6... Is it a 6 mana 5/5?
I think it's 5 mana 5/5. Like, actually just Stranglethorn Tiger, but purple and Rogue only. So, yeah. Like, we're already living in a standard where there are Druid decks and some Hunter decks playing Stranglethorn Tiger just flat. So, like, this basic common card is just good enough.
Yep. A+. Do you have a Demon Wrath to go? Anyway, this is a Nefarian turn. Yeah.
Yeah, no need to deal 10 damage to ourselves to like, make a better hero power.
Beyond your understanding.
We could renounce away our Lord Jirax.
That's goddamn hilarious. What in the hell?
It wouldn't affect our hero power, but it would change the other 4 cards in our hand.
No, replace your hero power.
I don't think it actually replaces your non-warlock hero power.
By the way, next turn we have I think we have lethal if nothing changes here. No, we're short a little bit. Like, if I play Jiraxxus and Power Overwhelming Nefarian, that's 15 damage, not 17. Okay, obvious attack. Some life gain, which is good news for us.
Oh, nasty.
That's less than good news for us. However, I could Hellfire SI7 to board clear.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Because, like, if we get damage down, we have a refill in Jiraxxus.
Yes.
We kind of want to be ahead on the life gain. So that accomplishes most anything. Do you want to play Blood Mage Thanos for...
For extra damage on it?
Yeah. And you draw a card. Is that worth it?
What if I hero power rather than SI7 and save the SI7 for 2 points? Oh, beautiful. Anyway, let's... Hold on. No, we're not at lethal. God, we're so close to lethal here. Now we're gonna die from 16.
Right. Be like Leroy, Power Overwhelming, copy him.
Yeah, that would kill me.
Icy Hot, don't actually do that sequence. Play Jiraxxus or something. It's a good card, I hear.
Yeah, the SI7 was likely a much safer play. The moment I thought about... Now that I've thought about the Leroy combo, I'm really, really thinking that that was an incorrect maneuver to damage myself with a knife for 5. Reno would be fine. I don't give a crap about Reno.
Kitty. Buddy, get off of there. What is... Oh, he's sniffing a fork. Okay, he scooted off. Well, signs pointing to him not actually having the combo.
Yep.
Hey! Azure Drake followed by nothing. Good night.
I have to.
You gotta show him that.
I'm legally required. And Jiraxis wins the rogue game.
Victory for Drax.
No, oh no, what I was supposed to do was renounce into a bunch of mage cards. Oh. I didn't optimal this.
For your quest.
Yeah, for my quest, I was supposed to optimal it.
No. We did the most exciting thing.
Yeah, I know. We definitely... Whew.
Man. How... No, I would have loved it if they had...
God, oh man, if we had one more mana, we could have found out if we could have renounced Jiraxis' hero power.
Or if we'd made Jiraxis cheaper.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Dome. That freaking rules. 9 and 3 on it? Holy smokes. What were you
Damn,
playing?
dude.
Were you just playing mid-range?
That's
Shaman?
really good.
A+. Like, that's extremely good. I don't even link SI7 without coin. Okay, this is... I don't like getting the Grand Crusader back, but the other two are fine. Huckster's a good play. And Sap, I like having Sap for if they actually do play the 4-mana 7/7.
Which, again, I insist they don't. And I know it sounds weird, because that's an incredible body. Like they go too wide. You know, like nothing that Midrange Shaman plays really dies to spot removal. It's like they have a 0 mana 5/5, so they don't care. They have all their totems that get more powerful.
That's a card I'm happy to see.
They have like Tunnel Trog and Tunnel Trog who, yeah, doesn't die to anything. And Totem Golem who also doesn't die to anything.
You want to buy a funnel cake?
Shaman's also a bit of yeah,
Like so.
you got it. I guess that means knife. Shaman's a bit of an awkward... Whew! I can heal? That's fake.
That's pretty sweet. We drew our most expensive card.
Yeah, there's still... Well... There's still another Grand Crusader and another Skulker. There's 6s and 5s left, but yeah, at this point, there's still like 2 Swashbucklers and an Undercity Huckster. Ugh. Give me something.
That's pretty spicy.
I am tempted really hard to just sap this damn thing, but... And again, I kill it next turn with Dark Iron Skulker plus Knife.
How about sap the Totem Golem then?
Yeah, alright.
Like, they have to overload to do that.
We
It gets
save.
a card out of our hand. I don't see the sap doing a hell of a lot for us.
Again, the sap is really useful if they actually do play the 4-mana 7/7 right now. Which isn't the most likely of scenarios, as you've said. Anyway, this is where Dark Iron Skulker gets to do a pretty hefty job. Hey, next champ.
What works?
Yeah, we have to kill this.
Thing is it pretty out of hand if they have too many cards.
Yeah.
Look, this way it was a 3 mana draw 2.
Right. I mean, this
That's
trade
not-
happens. That's all right.
Right.
3-mana draw 2 is all about...
Right. That's Arcane Intellect, and that's recoverable.
And it was an Arcane Intellect that only gained them 1 life total, because 2 of the damage for it came from Dark Iron Skulker. And this was being played regardless of, oh, you got a Spirit Claws to kill this. That sucks. You know, Fire Elemental, and then, like, bump.
I dig it.
Clear. If they, some for reason, do this, we change our direction for it, but it's the same effect. Okay. very happy to have a
What if the card I stole was amazing?
Also this, like, ugh. Healing in Rogue is like, ooh, it's cheating.
It does feel pretty foul.
Okay. We have a decent number of, like, hexable targets just in hand, so... Yes. That's perfect. Let's negotiate.
Okay, I make a fancy Yeti. We're still Jiraxis, even now.
Cast Fist.
Next game, Jiraxis' power is beyond.
Cast Fist.
I'm really annoyed that I could not kill Malkazar with the
I know.
Demonic Pact.
I did
He
like...
even had special dialogue for it.
I liked the dialogue for it. What kind of jerk would just die to this? I mean, you're not really an Eldar Lord. And Jiraxis just kind of, like, shrugs. Yeah, Freeze Mage, that evolved Kobold is a very common one of in the deck because it's very good with Emperor. It's awful in most other circumstances, but with Emperor. By the way,
Honestly, that's every combo deck, right?
yeah,
Like, every single one that has come out has been like, I use Emperor Thaurissan and then I play way too many spells in a turn.
oh my god, I'm gonna get another activation of this?
That never happens. That's fake.
What the hell?
Man.
Seriously? It's like Shadow Strike, Azure Drake. Actually, I guess we check what the card is first. Pre-attack,
So I guess
post-attack.
attack their face, like,
Yeah.
'cause I think we're running Nexus Champion Sherrod into the totem. Them having any creatures is dangerous because
Yes.
like Thunderbluff Valiant and really that one. The two Thunderbluff Valiants that are 100% of their deck. Flame Tongue Totem also can just turn totems into real cards.
Heavily considering just playing the wave now while I have the time. I don't think I need to, though, because it'll be very cheap with the Peddler on in the next coming turns.
Mark Sarad. It's stupid, but it was a free spell. Like,
I think it's worth doing because it gets it outside of, like, a top-decked Bolt. Or a Fire Elemental, something like that. Being above 3 is a relevant number. Shabadoo is saying the exact same thing. Yeah, that's the... Okay, so there's spell damage, so if they have the Bolt, they get it, but they didn't have it last turn. Oh, God, we ate the other Hex, yes.
man, if only I had been thinking next level, I would have saved the
Yeah,
mark for turn that gets us a beat.
This could be Nefarian, even. They don't have Hexes anymore.
That's decent. Yeah.
I go to 9 cards, no chance of overdrawing. And then the Peddler gets really... nasty.
Can overload ourselves into the toilet.
So the Peddler now is going to reduce, like, hefty on the mana costs, which is nice. Anyway, the reason I want the 8/8 specifically is because they're out of hexes. That's it. Without hexes in their deck, they're a lot weaker. Okay, so Spirit Claws. I'm also going to spend the Healing Wave next turn just to make sure they can't burst me. Because that's a way they just...
Pretty good. Hopefully they aim some burst at Nefarian here. Yeah, okay.
You're not that sharp.
Oh, that'll do it. Okay. So Lightning Storm looking good.
Yeah, we can bend the coin thanks to having an attack with our face on the 0-3. So
Yeah.
Lightning Storm is 100%. So kind of like Ethereal Peddler, and then make the rest of the plays.
Yeah.
Something.
I wanted to burgle first, but I
I
Not
know.
enough car-
Come on, that's way too greedy.
know it was because we had 10. We had 10 in hand. You don't burgle first there.
Yeah, Burgle for one card is not very good.
No. Yeah, as you said, we bend the coin, and we get to play out Huckster Refresh. A lot of resources left right now. And at 19, I'm not concerned enough to actually fit Healing Wave in there, because I do not believe in a Shaman's Burst on an empty board like that. Okay. This is actually pretty good, because we get this one pretty easily, you know?
Mm.
Wow.
Hey.
Do you have a second?
Double lightning bolt. Holy
Holy
shit. We might actually
shit.
win.
Holy shit. Anyway, Shadow Strike is going to do its job here. Yeah. And we take 3 either way on this play, but let's see what we get.
Ha.
Here we go.
Alright. So this is fine. I can play this and then fit the Healing Wave in. Can we reveal a 5 or 6? Okay, think from below. We can't beat that at this point, so... That's fine. Let's get ourselves a little outside of a burst range. Yeah, if we handle their Ragnaros, that's the last real threat, isn't it?
There is a lot at stake.
I guess
Well, there's
that too.
Yeah,
But
Thunderbluff 2. But hey, we're playing a minion with Death Rattle next Battlecry next turn.
kind of want to brand it, but that's not. That's a little greedy because
Well,
we have
that
to
means
fit
we're
the,
not
yeah,
casting anything else.
right. We need to fit the Eviscerate in.
Right.
Answer the call of the light.
That's cute. Trust Draxus.
Here we go.
We are just running them out of resources. Freaking Elder Peacekeeper. This is how I want the deck to function in games, where you just, because you have so much card advantage from your burgle effects, you're just, like, running them out of, actual cards.
That seems desperate.
Yeah, this is definitely a desperation. Do they have a second one? Yep. Come on, double 2. Double 2!
Damn.
Damn! We could run back the same gambit. Yeah, I mean... I'm running back the same gambit.
Blammo! No investment now, every investment next turn. Nice.
Let's burgle. Nice, let's burgle. Nice. Let's brand. So I might be overloaded.
Next turn.
I might be overloaded 5, but all these cards are free. So check out the absolute ridiculousness that is Ethereal Peddler doubled.
Need something.
Oh my god.
0 across the board.
Holy shit.
Here we go.
That is foul, you realize this?
This guy's toast. Your history.
Elements I like. Totems I love.
Ah, double battle cry, but
No totems. Oh, Sylvanas. Nice.
Choose two.
Nah, man.
I don't believe it.
Put your own elemental destruction followed by lava shock to our face.
You
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No way.
So that was disgusting.
That's what I want the deck to... I wanted to kill them with the fist.
By the way, I can make cards from outer space.
Overloaded 5? Pfft, who cares? Yeah, sure, I can do that. I've still got to do the highlighting off of the long event I did a couple weeks back. Toxic Laser. Oh, Warrior. So Warrior is not an easy matchup because of some of their low-end cards you can grab, and a lot of the cards having too much inner synergy a lot of the times. Okay, this looks okay. Basically, I've grabbed Bolster way too many times, is what I'm saying. Ooh, yes! Perfect,
Well,
2.
yeah, something to do on 2.
Popular Warrior decks are Fatigue, Cthulhu, and Dragon. Yeah, the Hypnotoxic Laser.
Ran into a pirate on the ladder.
Ooh!
Bolster X5. Best card in Hearthstone.
Yep, all right.
What can you do? That is pretty damn good.
As far as cards go,
I'm gonna be right back.
sounds good. Not a lot's going to be happening here. Oh, shield block. Alright. We are in for a long one. Innervate's such a powerful card that they gave Rogue half an Innervate, and it might still be playable. Alright. Whose 4-drop is... Whose 5 is stronger?
Need something unusual.
I'm just going straight for playing a 5/6 and making my Ironforge cheaper. Probably gonna hold the other Ethereal Peddler until later in the game. The hope is that we force our opponent to, Yeah, fatigue is something we actually... If they're actually just flat fatigue, we can almost fight that. Oh, I really want to see the trade here. Perfect. You have another Ironforge? You have another Ironforge. That's fine.
My totems, my pretty totems.
Okay. Let's go ahead and consult our Ironforge portal, I think. Actually, I could play out the other Peddler and the Ironforge at the same time. That loses all of my Peddlers, but that's still probably okay.
Something unusual.
This funnel cake. It puts a lot of threat on the board. For 6 mana, I just put 8 power and 12 toughness down, which is going to need a response out of our opponent. And Brawl isn't actually that great here. I guess the Brawl makes a totem, and then it's a little easier of a Brawl.
Oh man, Priest of the Feast.
Yeah, I played
Sweet.
Peddler on 6. I played the second Peddler, and then played a 1-mana Ironforge portal. Okay, Shield Slam. And they get a totem. This was their other Ironforge portal, was a Wicked Witch Doctor.
That's a decent one. Army in a can.
Cool thing here is I actually get to play Nexus Champion. So we have to do things in this order, which is a little unfortunate, because I need to get the Taunter out of the way. But Nexus Champion Sarad is a strong threat.
A new acquisition.
What do we get? What do we get? What do we get?
Strong cards.
eight?
An 8
Yes!
on 8. This is super good. This game is like, we're having some very front foot in the mid game here against a deck that really doesn't want to be this pressured, so I'm very happy with our position is what I'm saying. We might, if Sarad's still alive, I'm not playing it. Because I'd rather just keep activating Sarad over and over. Oh boy, yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I guess I'm activating Sarad over and over again.
That sounds okay. Do you want to use like Earthen Ring Farseer on one of your minions instead of your face? I mean,
Yeah, I think so.
they're gonna try to kill you from 30 with like Nazoth, apparently.
Yeah. So I'm killing that so that I can knife face and then re-knife.
A new acquisition.
Okay.
Cute. That will never ever activate.
So like bump the slime off and then heal it up.
You had your chance.
I don't want to too heavily commit to this, but this is fine.
Well, I want him out of Whirlwind range.
Same. I'm gonna play a Huckster as well here.
Yeah, if Huckster dies, that's no big deal.
I'm
So, like,
kind of
adding him to a board that gets brawled away is also not that bad. Well, and the other shield.
And the
slam.
other shield
Okay, so that's
slam.
2 down.
Yep. Oh, and I again don't have. Oh, thank you. Never mind. Anyway, what I was saying before.
I want to try Zarl for 2 damage before we throw that on.
Yeah, and the plus attack.
So many wonderful poisons.
Plus 3 attack.
Yeah, come to think, the 2 damage, 3 attack, or reuse a guy would all have been like pretty good.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi. Guess that's a card I need to kill.
Damn.
Which is a bit hard at the moment. Hey, Paladin, can you help me out? Actually, I could Nefarian here too, but no, Paladin card, can you help me out? No, wow, that is actually a dead card in this match.
Bump in hope for 2 damage. I hate it, but what else do we have?
Yeah. The reason I did that rather than brand that is because I wanted something that I could play.
Mm.
Need a taste?
Too soon.
Guess I'm taking 10.
Here we go.
Maybe we could sap it.
I'd rather
Not take 10.
I'd rather kill it.
Okay.
Like multi-shot kill it.
Kramash is a powerful card.
Like if Gramash is dealt with, then that's one of their like game-ending threats out of the way.
Tonight,
There we go.
a tale of glorious redemption.
Perfect. So here I'm gonna get to multi-shot effectively. Yeah, I took 10 damage, but I get to at least spend this damn thing. Yeah.
So what? Backstab Barnes, bump the 1/1.
Yeah, and then I guess play stand. Like,
Yeah, like
please play a whirlwind effect. I want to spend the backstab.
I mean, they just showed us they have Ravaging Ghoul in the deck.
Whatever. Show me your whirlwind effect, please.
Reporting for duty.
Oh, hey, we could totally reuse the Grand Crusader.
Mm-hmm.
Like Blood Thistle, that Bran. Ah, the other game-ending threat.
Oh, you actually have your whirlwind effect, but you... Okay. You made an ordering mistake.
Little did they know that was not actually a mistake. We have Dark Iron Skull.
Right. I think this will be a good time to pick up the Grand Crusader.
Yeah, I like hitting off Elise, picking it back up.
And then play Nefarian.
Well, I was gonna say Grand Crusader, but maybe Nefarian is also fine.
Ooh, oh, Brand Crusader is also pretty good. That's a more diverse board, and like Nefarian could just get eaten by an Execute. I guess I can fit Eviscerate in on this too. Okay.
Mm.
Answer the call of the light.
And if Brand's...
I can... Hell cards. Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry. This is too dumb. Well, we found the Sweet Paladin cards.
Alright, but because of Execute, make sure to put the shield on before they take damage.
Uh-huh. What in the fuck?
Every single game is so stupid.
Random.
I love it.
Random. Yeah. This was on the same frame. Both these cards were added to my hand on. Oh no! Luckily I didn't remake my knife, so they only get one card off this, but... God, I really want to play Nefarian with the double,
And end up with 10 cards in your hand.
I think it's wrong, though. I think I want to sap the Infested Tauren.
I wonder.
Sap Tauren. Divine Shield trade on Harrison Jones. I guess Burgle. I could also, rather than...
Any of that sounds good. Burgle first.
Magnetar Alpha.
Oh my god, that with Divine Shield? Hell yes.
Can I fit that in on the turn? I can't. And I get double Divine Shield because of...
Sadly, that doesn't actually do anything.
Here we go.
Sap shaping for 8 was the other play I was thinking about. Trading the 5/5. But I'm trying to bait out a brawl sooner or later. Like so. I want Bran to live.
Oh, disgusting.
Anyway, it's time to double Nefarian.
Warrior! We can guarantee drop 2 spells, so...
Okay.
Upgrade.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Wait a minute.
That let me drop a spell and not damage Bran. We had 2 more cards generated on the same frame. Bash execute. I'm really happy about this Bran not being dead thing that keeps happening. Alright. I think I'm going to generate a board.
Alright.
Eyes are open.
You think this
Hell
needs-
is a Magnetar, anyway? I can't tell what that is.
I don't know.
Like, is it a centaur that's just really big?
And I don't actually want to battle rage. I don't think I want to do anything. I guess I could use my
Well,
weapon.
they're 10 cards a deck to your 12.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm gonna spend the weapon. So Ragnaros is basically their only other big threat that isn't at least, the map. That's their other, like, final threat.
They have N'Zoth.
Oh, you're right. That's true. They have N'Zoth, which... Okay, well, Divine Shield does a good number on that. I think this is finally the turn I can fit Forbidden Shaping for 8 in on.
Not on my watch.
Double Shield. Shaping on 8.
Astonishing.
Okay.
Here we go.
So I spent a bit of my board clearing because they say I'll have one other brawl left. So I tried to spend my board a little more. They're going to play a minion and then brawl again. But now they're out of brawls. So, again, like, Bran is just going to win this, right? Oh, no. Oh, the Boogie Monster!
Okay, cool.
Our
Now we
ogre.
don't need to do anything for turn after turn.
Yeah. Now I can commit to the board, too. Both brawls are gone.
That's a shame. Our Cthulhu. Our Cthulhu
Alright.
does not have enough armor.
Sadly, our Cthulhu
help.
is just not strong enough.
Here
I'm going to keep spending the knife. I want to pressure
Yeah, in case at least gives them a second Harrison Jones.
Jones. We got
Well,
him.
they haven't cast the map yet, have they?
No. Okay, there's
There's
N'Zoth.
N'Zoth.
Which isn't actually that, like, that's basically a panic N'Zoth. I think Dark Iron's the start of anything I do.
Oh, I was gonna say do that after attacking down the Torrens, because they make 2/2s.
I can just do that twice. Well, okay. I wanted to be able to attack these. In some manner. Like, basically, it would be like Dark Iron. I guess you're right.
Like if you dealt the full 3, or if you had a weapon up, or had a fan of knives or something, then
I'm gonna meet you halfway so that I can kill off, I want to kill off N'Zoth here.
okay.
So we kill off one half of this.
choose soon.
Skulk. Gonna use a knife. Knife. Kill N'Zoth. Kill the 2/2.
Okay.
He doesn't have another brawl, so... But that was a good idea. I wasn't thinking about doing it after, so... Okay, execute. It's fine. He doesn't have...
That's
he's-
the only execute we've seen.
No,
right?
he used the other execute earlier.
Okay.
So he's out.
Oh boy.
Yep, I know how this works.
Yeah, welcome to fatigue.
Alright, let's just kill their board.
I like that idea.
So, slam... You, eviscerate you.
Here
Yeah, now when he gets the second N'Zoth off of the Golden Monkey, it's gonna be absolutely ridiculous. Okay.
Bloodhoof Brave looking pretty good.
Yep. 5 cards left in deck. Ooh.
That's also looking pretty good.
Answer the call of the light.
Yeah, that's a fine secret.
Hey, lights out.
SI7, our own Bloodhoof Brave, is technically more damage and more cards off of this. There's the map. Now, do they just draw the golden monkey off this, is the question.
Well, it's like a 1 in 5.
It is.
They only have 4 cards in their deck.
They're going to have a lot of problems because they're going to fatigue, too. Like, they only have 4 cards, even if they get the monkey. Right. 5, 14... excuse me. Swashbuckler, can you give me a point of damage, please? Thank you.
Holy shit. Oh, God.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah, that's some damage. Good freaking God.
The reason...
Yeah, the Theft deck is able to create card advantage without actually drawing cards. So you're way ahead on the fatigue game, and if you actually match up your cards to theirs, then it's great.
Yep. The reason to answer a question, somebody said SI is better than Evis there. The minion I hit with Eviscerate was a 4/3, and I didn't want to spend any more of my health than I had to. Like, still thinking that my opponent could play Ragnaros or something like that, and just, oh, whoops, by the way you lose, would be a sad end to it.
Right. Especially when, with their, like, new plussed-up hero power, if we don't have a big board, then, you know, even if we have a 4-power minion on the board, they're neutral for turn after turn. So you really have to crank it up.
Yeah, okay, I'm happy with... I think... I'm okay keeping a sap, not 2, that's a little much, but... we're fighting against Red X San, who's definitely, like, an Organization 13 member or something, I guess. I like keeping Shifter Xeris, even though I know you don't like the card. I understand.
I don't think it should be in the deck.
It's the theme. It's on theme.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. Bad. Look at the dog. Oh wow, yo, talk about cards I want to top deck right there.
Hey, that's a body I hear.
This is looking like a curve.
I mean, we have Bran in the deck.
Oh man, Bran with this is just okay. Well, that's getting the heck out of here.
Shifter Xeris turns into a better 1-mana 1/1.
Which almost might be the play. Possessed Villager Coin SI7.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
What do you think? What are you thinking then?
Well, I mean, similarly, I would just spend the coin doing SI. Not worry about the mana. If you're really going to chase Shifter Xeris.
Okay. That is fair.
Here we go.
Especially if they have the immediate answer. Sapping the Murloc would be hilarious because this card, you're right, he can't play this. No! I'm vindicated today.
Fine, I guess.
One shaman out of what, 3?
One shaman. I'm glad we didn't zap the Murloc.
Yeah, same here. Anyway, we'll deal with that later.
Man, Totem Pass. That is sweet.
I think that's a card we want.
Halaziel the Ascended.
Yeah.
We have a lot of damage in our deck.
Like,
just heal it.
Right, like I'm already holding an Eviscerate, like make this into a lightning.
Oh, that's
helix.
crazy. Sure.
That's incredible.
I have never heard that guy's call out. It's so emo.
You Immediate hex. Snap.
He also
hex.
sounds bored. He's like, I am the darkest
My
night.
soul is full of darkness.
Oh, Earthen Ring on your SI keeps a minion around.
How about let's
Yeah.
check, let's check what's in this first. Because I'm doing this to kill one, like this plus knife.
Right, right.
So card draw first. Yeah, all right.
Here we go.
That makes me want to
It's
keep.
more of a reason to keep SI around. And the frog.
Hey, lights out.
A play so nice, we made it twice. Guess what turn 7 is?
Yeah. Here's the lightning storm off the top.
Don't do it.
Twos,
No.
twos. Come on, twos. Oh,
Dang.
I'm so ruined. All right, I think this is finally where I get to play the Fire Guard Destroyer, but
Here we go.
It's fine. It's fine.
it's fine.
It's fine.
Holy shit! Yo,
Why do we
play.
have a 7/6?
Yo, play your 4-mana 7/7 now. Nice. I got your number. This is going.
It'd be a shame if something. Hmm. Is that better?
Yeah, face.
Yeah.
What lurks in the depths?
I'm willing to use face at this life total.
Here we go.
They're still overloaded. They've been overloaded too, I think, every turn since turn 5.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
I mean, that prevents lethal.
okay, and then,
Not aimed at her head. Good.
also,
Okay.
good plays. See if we find Hex.
Or hell, even lava burst. Ah, the shock.
That's too low. Alright, so it's bump it, face, shock the other thing. Like, I actually think that's worth it. Yeah.
Shame that we can't fit Ethereal Peddler into the turn.
Yeah.
Here we go.
But I'm definitely shocking this to make sure he has to have a real answer to the 7-1. Yeah, I said a one thing and then did the other play. Yeah, well, that thing. Where I said I should attack the 2-1 and not do that. Anyway, lethal. We've been, like, presenting fake lethal threats out of our pocket for, like, 5 turns now. It's great. Oh, spell damage. Oh, taunt. Alright.
Wait, maybe this is still fine.
Oh my god. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wait a minute. So, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
That's incredible.
Here we go.
So, a 7-mana spell did what a
2-mana
minion would do?
Yes!
Okay. Just making sure.
I made sure to make that very apparent with the 2, but we go with the one that's the sillier spell.
Yeah, I guess we have Shaman's number when they play a bad card and we sap it.
And we sap it. And that's why nobody plays the 4-mana 7 and 7.
I mean, it sounds insane, but that actually is. Like, it gets too easily removed by stuff.
It's because
and then
it
you
doesn't
overload.
it doesn't have the all important value. It's missing that, you know?
It is missing value. Then again, like, what 4-mana minions are played?
They just end up playing more 5s. Like that's what
I know, but like it across all constructed Hearthstone, I'm having a hard time coming up with any
Always do.
like what 4-mana minions are there?
This is the pawn shop of decks. Anyway, welcome to the game where Ethereal Peddler is just not just. Our deck still contains a number of cards that Ethereal Peddler will work with. Nice. That's a good off the top. So like we're not going to be able to peddle the rogue cards obviously, but we're still going to be able to peddle the Grand Crusader, the Nexus Champion, and Shifter. Yeah, like Miracle. Notable 4-mana cards from Shabadoo. Violet Teacher, Fandral, Tomb Pillager, Barnes, Infested Wolf, Infested Tarn, and the Zoth.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Fandrel's a big one.
yeah.
Cat. What does the cat want? No, don't. You
Gotta have
you
the
don't get
burger.
to play with my cables. You're
Gotta have-
getting grabbed.
Gotta have the burger.
Grab cat.
Excuse
I'm
me?
grabbing the cat.
Excuse me. That's interesting.
Rushdown Rogue.
Rushdown.
That's not a real thing.
I mean, I'm killing both of these for nothing. Like, I'm gonna play Sharp Fork. And then I'm gonna backstab the other one. I feel like...
Play Bone Guard? That was...
Yeah.
Huh.
Weird thing for me is, I guess, I do still have the other half of... Yeah, Taz Dingo. Alright.
Oh, they're a Reno deck. Okay. Yeah. No, I gotcha. That's really the only way I could make sense of having, like, Senjin Shield Masta in the deck.
Yeah. The Arena Rogue. Ah, that's...
Oh,
they clicked on Tavern Brawl instead of Arena, and somehow they got their deck in here. That makes a little more sense. Yep.
That's got to be what happened.
So, like, the
Look at
Bog
this.
Creeper's coming down? Is that what's next? You should really attack Blood Mage with your... Okay. I'm just gonna play a Peddler as the largest body I can. Okay.
Here we go.
Honestly, with the way things are shaping up, we're not doing much better than an Arena deck.
I know, I know. I understand. I understand coming from us. That's a bit funny because, like, what are they gonna Shadow Strike me now? That'd be pretty powerful, I suppose.
Assassinate. Okay, so they have a good Arena deck.
Yes. Oh, thank you. I kind of wanted that. Willing to burn the other Ethereal Peddler because it again has very little to pump. One of the cards is in her hand. Sadly, it didn't transform correct for us, but. The restock.
It's gonna be like prep and then a spell.
Yeah, are we gonna see that, or are we like prep? Again, they don't have the spell damage, so like they'd have to knife to Shadow Strike. Yeah, the big thing is that this opponent is at the same record as us, so.
So many options.
I think next turn is a Nexus Champion hero power turn, and then hoping that our opponent can't answer Nexus Champion.
Cat. Cat's pretty happy.
Did the cat get a burger? Did you like?
No.
Okay.
There's no burger cat. It's not a thing.
What if there was like you could make the cat like a tiny burger?
I could, but I would have to make it out of kibble.
That's true. Yes, Earthending Farseer is actually a card I want to draw. Oh my god.
Cards you draw from your hero power, huh?
That works off of the like any hero power that draws cards, including like the like boss ones in the League of Explorers style
Tavern
things.
Brawl? Oh yeah.
Those sorts of things. It isn't like specifically Warlock. There's very few hero powers that draw cards, but is Medivh's? Was Medivh's Ancestral Recall, or was that a card in this deck? I think Medivh's in the first like Karazhan was draw 3 on a 2. Anyway.
So you would have to like unstable portal into Wilfred Fizzlebang.
Well, there was the thing that summoned a legend in that deck,
Oh,
like a 1-mana spell.
that's probably a more realistic thing. Oh yeah, 1 mana for like any random legend.
Yeah, because it's
fair.
Medivh. Spell damage again.
Second Kobold Geomancer, so they're not a Reno deck?
No, they must be like a spell damage deck then. Obviously if they played if that's the card they're 2-ofing.
I am mystified.
I'm intrigued. I'm loving this. Again, I just want to heal up. Hopefully Nexus Champion lives, but I think yeah, okay. That's fine. If Nexus Champion gets to deal damage to our opponent, then all power to it. Yeah, our opponent's definitely on Malagos. Thinking Burgle first, and then do things from there. 3-2.
Yeah, how about I like healing us actually.
Yeah, as odd as that is.
Yeah, like hitting our guy down to a 5/2 is fine. We just got a 5-horn hand. We have Nefarian in hand. Like we're gonna have beef. They've used 1 Fan of Knives. That I remember. Yeah, maybe they are teched super hard against Midrange Shaman.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like basically every card we've seen is sort of bad against most decks, but kind of good against Midrange Shaman.
I don't think that's this deck's worst matchup now. I still think like non-fatigue warrior's a really shit one. Like Dragon Warrior's really bad.
Oh, right, you have no time to do all your stupid
Yeah.
setups.
You have no time for your setups, and like your cards you get are.
Right. They run you over with their higher quality cards. And unless you get something truly amazing off of your burgling and make it cheap so that you can actually play it.
I think Gnome has it down. I played around Betrayal because 1, it's in my hand, so like I was thinking about it, and 2, that's like something our opponent could actually play. Oh my god. Oh dear, do I have to sap that?
Maybe? Wait.
Oh my god.
2, and that gets 6.
I'd have to use my face.
You would have to use your face, but you would have... You'd have something left over.
This is really dumb.
Here we go.
Don't like going to 12, but...
Well, you know what? They're at 13.
Mm-hmm.
So we just need them to not have a second North Sea Kraken.
We have a lot of trouble beating that specific card. I'd love to get crushed here. That'd be a lot of fun if it was just like... Then
like a pile of like white cards that somehow goes to 5 wins.
It would be beautiful.
I would kind of love it.
Pass me that arc light scanner.
Okay.
Getting rocked.
You're not that sharp.
You'll put a big one in the middle there. Something beefy in the center. A Yeti.
Like Harrison Jones right here.
Too soon.
Nah, like Pit Fighter in the middle. Oh, they're gonna use hero power to kill my guy. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Nefarian? And it's kind of like hope we don't die, Nefarian.
Oh, we could, like, squeeze in Tomb Pillager and Sap. He's a pretty big guy. Basically a 2-turn clock. They could easily conjure up 7 damage. That's why I kind of recommend that.
Here we go.
Yeah, and they get to reuse their card draw, sure, but
Right. The hope here is that we can just win with this Tomb Pillager. Also, a coin. Having a coin with Nefarian would be nice, because then I can Nefarian sap.
they're on Sap. Yeah, okay.
One day, I'll be a real knight.
Outstanding.
Oh dear.
Too soon.
Do we have any Dark Iron Skulkers left?
I think we got one left in the pocket. That would be a hell of a top deck right now.
Now they're showing 8 on board.
Yeah. I'm thinking like 4-2-2.
It's probably the best we can do.
Thank you. You want to buy a...
We bounce you because you're the biggest threat.
Here we go.
I think we're actually going to fall here. 4 damage is basically trivial for a rogue to conjure. Cold Blood, Eviscerate.
We got buried under Sprint.
We have our own, but there's not a good point for it. I like...
Yeah, there's no time. If our deck were full of things like Cold Blood and Preparation, then Sprint would be good.
This frickin' rules. I want this guy, this opponent to go the distance, you know?
Show them all what's what.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If we make it a turn here, like, if I'm not dead, we definitely, like, sprint in. We try to sprint into an Eviscerate to kill our opponent. Again, I don't think we have a... I don't think we're living. I think we're dead. We're not. I was convinced we were dead there. Okay.
Funnel cakes. Get your funnel cakes here.
My thanks.
So many wonderful poisons.
Now we're 6 off, which is a lot harder to conjure, especially if they didn't have it last turn.
So many options.
They have not shown anything but commons from,
Yeah. I don't know what we're doing back. Like,
yeah.
Golden Azure
Azure
Drake.
Drake. Whoa. Yeah, I have no idea what we're doing back. Like, what, sprint into 2 eviscerates? Like, which is 1 short of lethal anyway?
So many options. I choose two.
Burgle into Vanish.
There's Bone Guard Lieutenant number 3. Thanks a sap. And a couple missed attacks. No? No, okay. This is
Okay.
late on my end. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Need a taste?
Holy shit. So, let's see. Oh, that's not actually enough mana.
No,
So you
because
can't S... Yeah, I was about to say you can SI into killing a thing, but...
Well played.
Unbelievable.
that is beautiful. Yo, the Golden Wolf! Oh.
We are the sword in the shadows.
I love it.
What the hell? I mean, I knew our deck was kind of bad and wonky and does worst against rogues, but we take it out like this. Oh, man.
Anyway, let's check the chest, and then we get fireworks. Ready? Pew, pew, pew. Okay, what do we actually get? 220 gold, 230 dust, and 6 packs. So, if we could have each pack at 100 gold, that's 820 gold and 230 dust. Which for 1,000, I think we actually made out ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I mean,
you
the-
like
I-
packs and all that.
Right. So, there's always a lot of chatter about, like, you know, breaking even or
Right.
whatnot. That is always making the assumption that, like, a pack and dust have some sort of common value. They don't. They don't have a common value. People value them much differently. I play very little constructed. Dust has much less value to me because I don't play constructed that much. Same with packs.
Mm.
You know, to me, this is me being down 250 gold or something. Or, sorry, 750 gold because I'm, you know, arenas are my main thing. Let's check out what's in the packs, though. I'm gonna give you eyes so you can see the packs.
Ooh, excellent.
So, yeah, there's always this unsaid assumption of like breaking even but that's you're assuming the value of a thing, and that's not true.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of a economics 101 lesson of like value versus price. Shifting Shade is cute.
I like that card a lot, even though it's not really the great... 0 mana 5/5s.
Disgusting. I'm constantly disgusted by 0 mana 5/5s. Bog Creeper. No, our last opponent could not have been an arena deck because they
had
didn't
no
have
Bog
Bog Creeper.
Yeah.
Slam that down and shut the door on the game.
What if they shut the door? That would have been beautiful for us to lose to a Bog Creeper.
I know.
Yeah, the dust is always like... Oh.
Oh, hey!
I've been...
That's a duplicate for you, isn't it?
I think so? Let me double check that. Did I actually go out of my way and craft that thing? No, I did not. I've been considering crafting that for something like a while. Like,
Well, there you go.
but now, so okay, I did open a thing of actual value to me. I'm happy about that. Hey, another 0 and a 5/5 and some shaman cards.
Hey, Shaman.
Shaman, be the shaman. See, yeah, Shabadoo says time for anything, Paladin. I already have that deck built. I just wasn't playing the Ragnaros.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, we created value. And another 205 dust. So
You have a crazy amount of dust. I can't help myself. Every time I like look up a deck, I'm like, oh man, I don't have that card. Let me build it.
yes, getting the second Eternal Sentinel is a thing too. I do that, but less often. Like, I built Hang in there, which is Freeze Mage, and I did craft. What did I craft for this? I crafted something for this. It was either this or there was a deck that I actually was like, you know, whatever, I'll craft something for this deck. It's down here. This deck doesn't exist. Yeah, here it is, Murloc. I just wasn't playing the Ragnaros in it. Anyway, that was fun. I'm really glad that we did the Tavern Brawl. I'm glad you joined for it, Kaz.
Yeah. I mean, this was a way for me to participate without actually doing something stupid like taking my fast priest into it. I did my 2, and that's probably enough for me. I hope they reintroduce it as a regular game mode, though.
Yeah.
Rather than taking up the brawl slot with it. Or decide that the brawl is stupid and replace it with this, and I would be way happier, but I know that a lot of people like the craziness.
I think the big reason they won't get rid of the Brawl is because it's a way to continue, like, giving newer players packs. With, like, you know, you can, like, if you're a newer player, you just jump in the Brawl, and it's like, oh, play with a pre-constructed deck that's just random cards, and you get a free pack, you know? And a lot of, you know, kind of free-to-play games have those sort of things going on. The Heroic Arena. Yep, we went 3 and 5 in the Heroic Arena.
I don't think it's bad at all. How can you state that? What's bad about it?
Oh, well...
Sign up has been disabled. Too bad.
Yeah. Anyway, the Brawl is closed. Thank you all for joining.
Well, there we go.
We're done for the night. So, good night, everybody in the zoo. Good night, Kaz. And, as always, have a good time.